Many years ago, in a beautiful urban area, there lived a woman named Eyisi. Eyisi was a very strong and beautiful woman. She got married to a very kind and humble man named Toke. Eyisi was renowned not only for her beauty but also for her audacious disregard for societal norms. She married a kind-hearted man named Toke. Toke was a very good husband to Eyisi. He treats his wife very well. He buys gifts for her. Everybody in the town knows that Duke loves his wife so much. They were living happily until one day there was this her friend of Eyisi who always come around to stay with her. Her name was Toke. Toke got married to her husband and they live in nearby town. She treat the husband anyhow. She doesn't cook for the husband. She sleep with different men to make money. She changes clothes and jewelries. Her husband have tried everything to stop her wayward life, but she refused. She was a beautiful woman who believes that her beauty was not only for the husband. She believed that she was too beautiful for only her husband to have her alone. Toke continued to live a bad lifestyle until one day the husband got terrible sick and died as a result of the money she collected from men to cook for her husband according to their tradition. After her husband death, Toke continued with her lifestyle. She traveled to many towns to lodge with men for money. Toke made friends with Eyisi and they began to gist. Toke corrupt Eyisi's mind, advising her to start living the kind of her life. She told her that she was too beautiful for her husband alone. One day, Eyisi got back from market and sat on the chair in front of their house and began to ask herself, why will I be suffering like a woman that lost her husband? I think I support that my friend Toke. She said that I'm too beautiful for my husband, and she continued to soliloquize by saying, my husband is only a carpenter, although he's trying every possible thing to take care of me, but I'm still suffering. I think I have to join my friend Toke to make money. I don't care what people or anybody will say. After all, I'm very much beautiful and young. And that was how Eyisi started sleeping with different men, not only in the hotel, but also in her matrimonial home. She flaunted her disdain by inviting various men into their home, disregarding her husband's feelings. This brazen behavior occurred right in front of him with no regard for his dignity or their marriage vows. Ike, a man of quiet patience, borne the weight of his wife's disrespect with a heavy heart, hoping that love might change her. Duke continued to advise his wife to stop her terrible acts, informing her too that people are watching and also saying evil things against their marriage. Upon everything that was happening, Duke continued to treat his wife good. He treats her with love and peace, hoping that one day she will stop and regret all her actions. One day, Duke was preparing to go to his workshop when a knock came on their door, and his wife, Eyisi, knowing very well that it might be one of her clients, went and opened the door and welcomed a client. She came into the bedroom to inform her husband to be fast and leave, that she had a visitor. This got Duke angry, and she took courage and beat the living hell out of his wife, including the clients, and that was how Eyisi changed to a beast. She insults her husband, the Duke, and talked to him anyhow. The people gossip about Eyisi's behavior, but their gossip fell on deaf ears. Eyisi was impervious to their advice, and her disregard for Duke's well-being became a dark trade woven into the fabric of their lives. Eyisi contacted to her friend Toke, and they became best of friends. They traveled to different cities for appointments with men in the hotel. They stayed in the hotel for weeks, enjoying with men. They enjoy their lives. They look more young and fresh. They were wild and uncontrollable. They smoke and travel on a weekly basis. She don't care about what anybody will say. She believed that this life is once. Toke was happy because her friend Eyisi was living her lifestyle. They were birds of the same feathers. The villagers started advising Duke to chase away his wife out of his house and get married to another woman. But Duke refused, believing that one day Eyisi will come back to her senses. People were surprised by his response. His family got angry with their brother. They have so many times wanted to chase Eyisi out of their brother's house, but Duke, their brother, refused. His family warned him and totally removed their hands from his marriage. One day, Duke woke up from sleep in the morning. He got sick. His health began to deteriorate under the strain of his unhappy marriage and the public humiliation he faced daily. His once strong frame weakened as he fell ill. Despite pleas from family members and friends urging Eyisi to change her ways for the sake of her husband's health, she remained unshaken, continuing her wayward path with an alarming indifference. Duke's sickness got worse, to the extent the wife Eyisi doesn't care about her husband's health. Duke was so sick, it was family and friends that took care of him. Eyisi traveled with her friends Toke to different cities, leaving her husband behind. Her friend Toke advised her to enjoy her life, that even if tomorrow she could not be able to marry again, that she will still get another person that will get married to her and also treat her right. Duke's illness grew more severe, and one fateful night, in the very home where his dignity had been trampled, Duke passed away. The village was covered with grief for the kind of man who had so cruelly wronged. Eyisi, however, remained unrepented, continued her behavior with even more passion. She seemed to be a death, disconnected from the consequences of her actions, driven by an insatiable need for validation from others. Months turned into years, and Eyisi behavior remained unchanged. The village, though sympathetic to Doku's memory, the villagers avoided her company, and one very day, Eyisi came back with sickness from one of her trips. She couldn't be able to take care of herself or to take herself to the hospital. Her friend Toke was nowhere to be found. Immediately that she heard that Eyisi was sick, she stopped coming. Her illness grew severe, and the same community that was tried to warn her now watched with a mixture of pity and scorn. As her health declined, Eyisi became a shadow of her former self. The vibrant woman who had once captivated attention was now bedridden. Her beauty faded and her spirit broken. She faced the end alone, with her past actions haunting her final days, and Eyisi finally passed away. Guys, what do you learn from this amazing story? What prompted Eyisi to start living such lifestyle to the extent of disrespecting her husband and that of the law of the land? Was it right the way her husband Deko allowed her to stay in his house to carry such atrocities despite warning from his family members? If true that Deko loved his wife as the story stated, what would prompted Eyisi to develop such hatred for a man that she once loved so much to the extent of his time of sickness and death? Guys, please let me see your comments on the comment section. Please try to subscribe my channel at African Tales by Ifenkili, like and share with family and friends, and turn on your notification buttons for more interesting and mind-blowing stories coming your way next time. Remain blessed. Bye.